Okay, so we've gotten all of the essences we need to perform Dolly's tasks, so we shall get on with that. One thing I didn't mention last part was finding the Tim essences has to be the most irritating thing I have had to do in this game, because it took me forever. I think I was looking for them for about half an hour. So I was in that one cave for half an hour, looking for essences. 'Twas not fun. 'Twas really not fun. And basically I ended up maxing out, I think it was yellow crayon and red crayon, because I was in there for so long. That's all I kept finding, and it was just like, no, give me a Tim, please, I want to go. But thankfully that horror is over now, and I never have to have such a horrible essence collecting run ever again. In the meantime, I should probably go over Dolly Dearheart. She's very similar to Ginny in the whole dress-up and costumes thing. But she's deceptive, is Dolly. Dolly Dearheart was once a little girl who loved to play dress-up. Today she's president and CEO of Dressco, the dress-up company. She provides costume solutions to more than 65,000 boys and girls every day. Interests are cute and fun, and she hates spooky. So, yes, Dolly is not as young as she appears. Not quite sure how old she is, but she certainly not young. An interesting couple of conversations you can have. Well, conversations. By conversations, I mean her talking at you. She, at Star Level 3, she talks about Halloween. She's basically like, I wish it was Halloween every day, then we could dress up all the time and stuff ourselves stupid with candy. She also mentions this one time where she dressed up like her mother and tried to ground her, but then her mum grounded her. And she also questions which costume is better, pirate or ninja. The debate rages on. So, yes. Although, something that's quite odd is that she says someday I'll run my own dress-up company so I can provide costume solutions to children worldwide, and yet, in her profile, it says that she's president and CEO of a dress company. I don't know. It's an error in their plan. But yes, Dolly's got surprisingly little about her. It's really odd. One thing I should probably bring up is that in her shop, you can see the costume for Madame Zoe, and also one of the MySims, who I am going to discuss right now. Because the other costume you can see is Samurai Bob, who is an MySim. He's the uber studious sim. The key to samurai success is patient study, that and a special tonic, which Bob applies liberally each day. Interests are studious and fun, and he hates cute. I should probably mention that this origami mirror takes ages to put together. Like, ridiculous. For becoming best friends with Mr. Samurai Bob, you get a Tory desk and his outfit, which is quite cool. But it's kind of strange that his second interest is fun, because most of the studious sims hate fun. The uber cute sim is Hopper, who is basically in a frog onesie. Basically, to get the uber sims, you've got to 100% the interest of your town, so get it 100% studious to get Samurai Bob, 100% cute to get Hopper, and so on. Hopper won first place at the high jump competition, then he kind of let success go to his head. Interests are cute and fun, and he hates tasty. The suit was actually made by Dolly Dearheart, so it's working. Sometimes he'll say, it's not easy being green. Which... isn't... It only appears at star level 4, though. Because he says, I'd just like to say, it really is kinda hard being green. He's the only Uber Sim to appear in MySims Kingdom. And, that's about it. Best friend reward are a bunch of animal costumes, plus Hopper's outfit, a froggy bed, and a froggy couch, so he gives you lots of stuff. The Uber Geeky Sim is Star, she's a Jonin ninja from the Crescent Moon Village. She has pink hair and a ponytail and a red ninja outfit. Star is a Jonin of Crescent Moon Village, home of 10,000 jutsus. That's a lot of jutsus. Interests are geeky and spooky, and she hates tasty. There seems a lot of Star seems to be taken from Naruto, obviously. What with the Jonin and the jutsus and the Crescent Moon Village, it's all very Naruto style. She's the only female Uber Sim, which could show some sexism, or it could be that there are actually quite a lot of... my guess is that there's more female Sims in total than there are male Sims, so it levels out in the end, maybe, or it's just they couldn't think of any good Uber female design, so they just went with men. I don't know. She's also the one Uber that appears in more games than any other. I mean, Hopper appears in MySims Kingdom, but Star, albeit briefly, appears in MySims, MySims Party, MySims Racing, MySims Agents, and MySims Sky Heroes. That's about it. Then the Uber Spooky Sim is Mel. Mel the Mummy, because he's a mummy, believes that you can add interest to any room with just a few tasteful knickknacks. For example, decorative jars filled with your vital organs. Because it's just so wonderful. Interests are spooky and fun, and he hates tasty. Now, if you do like the whole dress up thing, because you can do it with all the characters, if you do it with Mel and remove his head wrappings, then his mouth is revealed to be the mouth that Linda and Karen have, which looks kind of like lipstick. And his eyes are like bright white and soulless. It's terrifying. It might have been put in as comic relief for those who were curious, or they just were just like, yeah, let's just stick whatever random mouth on, nobody's gonna care. He's the first Uber Sim that appears in a DS version of a MySims game. And he's the only Uber Sim who doesn't turn up in MySims Agents. Sometimes he talks about cursing Buddy. For example, as a card-carrying member of the Undead Elite, I'm allowed to curse up to 3 people per day. Oh, but don't worry, I won't curse you. That Buddy guy, however, that's at star level 2, which, that's terrifying. There's a lot of, age thing with, Mel, because star level 5 he comes out with, never ask a woman her age, especially if she's 4,023 years old. Trust me, I got cursed big time. I'll never look at vermin the same way again. In my lifetime I've ruled over 4 kingdoms, lived in 17 palaces and ordered over 40 million subjects. But I've never ever figured out why people find bacon so delicious. Mummy doesn't sound that much like the word mommy. I'm sick of the puns. Well, the slight problem with that is that in the UK, it's Mummy, because we say mum. So the two are said exactly the same way. He also says, do you think Mel is an unusual name for Mummy? Why, it's short for Meltutan Mene Moppet, of course. Of course, best friend awards are his outfit, plus a pink version of it, and Mel's sarcophagus, which is interesting. The uber tasty sim is Chancellor Ikara, who is a famous cooking show host, but has since kind of settled down. Years as a television cook-off host left the Chancellor wise with food knowledge, and no, you can't borrow his hat, which looks like a quite awesome cupcake. Interests are tasty and geeky, and he hates fun. He's the only Uber Sim who doesn't appear in MySims Party. There's quite a few kind of infamous, well, not infamous, famous chefs that he could be based off. Like the whole idea of the chairman in Iron Chef America. But I've never seen that show, so... Yes. He has more things to say at a single star level than any other sim in MySims, most of which have to do with his secret ingredients. Because, like he says, today's secret ingredient is ham. Today's secret ingredient is Kumamoto oyster, and so on and so forth. Best friend reward, you get his hat, which is quite awesome, and a Dacon television. Given his appearance, he may be Japanese, which makes him one of the few Japanese characters alongside Chef Watanabe, Jimmy, Sachiko, Yuki, Makoto, and Kage. Some of those do not appear in MySims, but either way. He's also the only Uber who doesn't give you a full outfit as part of the best friend reward, just the hat. And he doesn't give you any variation, so he's kind of sucky in that way. And last but not least, we have the Uber Fun Sim, which is Daryl Hansley, also known as the Amazing Daryl. Profile being, Daryl Hansley prefers to be called the Amazing Daryl. Watch him produce flowers from thin air. Are you not amazed? Just say yes and it'll be fine. Interests are fun and spooky, and he hates studious. According to him in MySims, brown is not his natural hair colour. It's only kind of revealed once you become his best friend, because he's basically, if I had got him in, he would say to me, Richy, you've done so much for me. Allow me to reveal to you my greatest secret. This is not my natural hair colour. Which is interesting. There's also a typo in his Star Level 1 quote. Because he says, you are the best. Hopefully you could become my friend so I can use my wand to give you magic carpet. Wand being spelt incorrectly. And also capitalising every single word. Which is terrifying, really. Also, he's the only Uber Sim to say anything other than hi at Star Level 1. And that brings us to the end of this brings us to the end of discussing every single sim in the original MySims game. So I can't resort to that anymore as a form of commentary, which is gonna be interesting, because we've got at least, well, I know exactly how long it is. It's a little while left. It's not too much. We are very near the end, because the only people we have left to build stuff for are Professor Nova, Chef Watanabe, and Dr. F. Oh, and also build the town monument. But other than that, we are... So it seems like a decent amount of stuff that we have left to do, but it's not a whole lot. Also, why do people have to sleep? Because I just want to give them their stuff and move on. Considering I'm like a tireless worker and everything, it's just, I have to do this. One thing I should mention is that, although that is Samurai Bob's outfit, his outfit's actually green and not blue and red. I do believe that might be the variant, though. Don't quote me on that. Go back to what I said about 10 minutes ago to know the precise variant of the colour. So that is the entirety of Dolly's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful costume shop done. And I never have to come back here again, although I do have to listen to that music every time I walk past. Every single time. Oh. It can be painful to listen to, I have to admit. So, now I think we should go in order. So, next up is Chef Watanabe! Who has some rather grotesque needs. It's rather terrifying, if you ask me. Don't go to bed! Why does everybody want to go to bed when I want to do stuff for you? You trying to go domo arigato, Mr. Roboto Domo? Or you're just saying hi? I think he was just saying hi. I'm just kind of introducing the music into him. 1,000 pounds of Saba? You have an insane need for fish storage. That is creepy. That is very, very creepy, Watanabe. Very, very creepy indeed. So I guess we've just got to get started on this wonderful set of tasks. Oh gosh. Anyway, let's get on with this. There's no point sitting around waiting for essence to just fall into our laps, eh?